variables, I guess you could say, depending on like where you go.
Really? So some places have different types of spirits?
That kind of depends on the history of what all happened there, and like how much trauma there is in the said place. Because again, all of this is based on the energy that's at the location.
Is there one that stands out to you that kind of had a demonic energy? Because that's an interesting word.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so one place that we went to for this October, we went to Pendle Hill. And so that's a place that's considered one of the most haunted, or if not the most haunted place in the United Kingdom.
Pendle Hill?
Pendle Hill.
Pendel?
DLE. Yeah.
DLE.
But that was the home of the most infamous witch trials ever happened. So like basically 11 witches were killed, 12 were like put on trial for doing witchcraft. And at that time, a lot of witches turned to the devil because witches were outcasted by the church. And so when they would turn to the devil, they made this place more like demonic and like it has this like devil satanic pull to it.
Wow.
And so we actually brought out a witch that was doing witchcraft to summon the devil. And that was her main practice, and had her try to summon and channel the devil himself.
The actual
And
devil.
it was like literally like hundreds of years of witches on this exact hill have been practicing trying to speak with the devil. And we tried to recreate that as close as possible, which was one of, if not the most terrifying thing we've ever done.
Yeah.
But like, for example, that would make a place more demonic. If we have hundreds of years of people putting their effort and all of their power, again, if we're talking about opening yourself up to a spiritual thing, if all you're doing is putting that faith and that energy towards something demonic, you're going to attract the demonic. You're not going to attract something that's like happy.
Oh, for sure. Let me see this. Pendle Hill is most infamous for its ties to the Pendle Witch Trials of 1612, where several local women were tried and executed for witchcraft. The area is steeped in legend, including tales of supernatural occurrences. Does it have any more? Can you give me a little bit more information about the witches?
Maybe you could say, like, look up the story of Alison Device. This is how it all started.
How you guys found it? Oh, this is how it all began.
This is how it all began. I wish we found this.
That'd be
crazy.
So cool.
The story of Alison Device, Alison, is central to the infamous Pendle Witch Trials of 1612 in Lancashire, England. She was a young woman from a poor family who one spring morning encountered John Law, a peddler from Halifax, while walking to Trawden Forest. Alison asked him for some pens, a common request at the time, as pens were believed to have uses in folk magic. Law refused, prompting Alison to utter a curse against him, upon which Law soon collapsed, suffering symptoms that were later recognized as a stroke. Called it. Though at the time, this was believed to be a result of witchcraft. Dang.
Yeah. And she was 12, by the way, when she did this. Oh. So a 12-year-old girl just meets a salesman. She's like, can I have some pins? He's like, nah. She's like, curse you. And he died. And so they were like, this girl's a witch. And so her and her family were all like accused of witchcraft. And then they all started blaming each other in the town.
But the weird part is like they all admitted to it. They literally like said on court trial, like, hey, I did use witchcraft to attempt to speak to the devil and summon him. And so it's like, well, why? You know?
Oh, the family said that?
Yeah, the family.
So why did they do that? Because they thought they were so upset by what had happened to her that they're like, well, we're going to call the devil here?
Well, they were admitting that in previous times they had already
I see.
they had already been in witchcraft and they've already been a
so
part
her
of it.
family was a little bit familiar with witchcraft.
Yeah.
Already.
Oh, but also, what's that dude doing just gooning around some 12-year-old?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, dude?
Serves them right. No.
Bro, what are you loitering around some 12-year-old for, dude?
So true.
Oh, my God. Bro, they're catching mad gooners back then.
They were.
That's the kind of shit that happens, dude, even a long time ago.
And she was the one that got arrested, not him, by the way.
That was, dude.
It's like, what?
It's like, God, obvious. Oh, that's crazy, though. And imagine the energy of that at the time. And like, she's young and now she's put in this space where it's like, how did they execute them?
They hang
By
them.
hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you think about that, like 11 of them died, 10 of them by hanging. And that was accounted for 2% of all the witches ever that have been executed, all in this one trial, because the whole family admitted to witchcraft. So it was a massive deal, and it's one of the most famous witch trials in history. And so
because
really
part of the thing was to be like freed from being like accused of being a witch, I guess. You had to point the blame on somebody else. So the entire family basically like turned on each other and Like the little girl was like